Globalization. You hear that word and what do you think of? Speed, right? A shrinking world, everything moving faster and faster. But what if that's just the tip of the iceberg? Today, we are going way beyond the buzzword to see how globalization isn't just changing our world, it's changing our very idea of who we are.
So that gets us to the big question, right at the heart of all this. Is the world really just getting smaller? Is that the whole story? Or is something way more complex and, frankly, more interesting happening just under the surface? Let's dig in.
Okay, to really wrap our heads around this, let's start with the definition everyone kind of knows, the one that's all about pure, unadulterated speed. This idea that everything is just accelerating. This is our starting line, but trust me, the race gets a whole lot weirder from here.
So at its most basic level, yeah, globalization is about this incredible acceleration of connections. But here's the kicker. It's not just that things are happening faster. It's about how that speed is fundamentally rewriting the rules of how we live, how we work, and how we relate to each other.
And this acceleration is, well, it's everywhere. Just think about it for a second. People, we can cross the planet in hours. Goods, they navigate these unbelievably complex global supply chains to get to your doorstep. And services, information, ideas, phew. From political movements to viral TikToks, they spread across the globe in literally the blink of an eye.
All right, so check. The world is fast, we get it, but so what? What does all that speed actually do to us? This is where things get really wild. It's almost like our world has been unplugged, cut loose from the old anchors that used to hold everything in place.
The sociologist Anthony Giddens has a fantastic term for this, distanciation. It sounds complicated, but the idea is powerful. Because of instant communication, time and space have been pried apart. You know, think about a video call with someone on the other side of the planet. The thousands of miles of physical distance between you, they just evaporate. It's like you're in the same room at the same time.
And from there, you get this next mind-bending step, deterritorialization. A big word for a simple idea. If distance doesn't matter, then our activities aren't tied to a physical place anymore. Think about it. A company's customer service center can be anywhere. An online store can sell to anyone. Culture and commerce are basically floating free from geography.
And this brings us to this really crucial concept called disembedding. It's the process of things being lifted out of their original local homes. It's like they're being unplugged from their roots and just sent out to float around the global network.
And you see this everywhere once you start looking. A credit card? It's a perfect disembedded object. It represents value, but it's totally detached from the actual physical goal that one stood for. Sending money with an app? That's a disembedded process. And making a friend in an online game who lives 5,000 miles away? That's a disembedded relationship. It's a whole new world.
Now, if you really want to go down the rabbit hole, the philosopher Jean Baudrillard had this idea he called simulacra. His point was that we're surrounded by so many copies of copies that the original thing is either completely lost or maybe it just doesn't even matter anymore. It's like we're living in a giant hall of mirrors. Let's just track this with a simple purchase. Okay, step 1. The original source of value, the real thing, was a physical piece of gold. Step 2, then we made a coin, a simulation representing the gold's value. And now, step 3, we use a credit card, which is a simulation of the coin, which was a simulation of the gold. See, we're dealing with a copy of a copy of a copy. It's pretty wild.
Okay, so let's recap. The world is getting faster. It's getting more abstract. It's becoming disconnected from physical places. It really feels like we're all just hurtling toward one big, uniform global culture, right? Well, not so fast, because here's where the plot takes a major twist. At the very same time, something totally opposite is happening.
What you actually have is this massive tension. On one side, there's the global, pushing for universal ideas, for sameness, for homogeneity. And on the other side, you've got the local, pushing back, holding on to diversity, uniqueness, and all the particular things that make a place special. It's this constant tug-of-war happening all over the planet.
And when these two forces collide, you get something pretty amazing called globalization. Yep, it's exactly what it sounds like, a mashup of globalization and localization. It's the idea that global things don't just steamroll local culture. Instead, local cultures grab onto global trends, remix them, and transform them into something totally new.
And you can see glocalization in action everywhere.
I mean, McDonald's is a global giant, but in India, the menu is completely adapted to local culture, no beef. Hip-hop started in the Bronx, but now you have artists all over the world putting their own incredible, unique spin on it. So it's not really a battle, it's more like a creative dance.
So, if it isn't just a simple tug-of-war, how are we supposed to make sense of all this? All these ideas and trends and cultures zipping around the world? It sounds messy, because it is messy. And that means we need a new map for this new world.
This is where the scholar Scholte and Appadurai came in, with a really revolutionary idea. He basically said that our old map of the world, the one that showed culture flowing in just one direction, from powerful Western countries out to the periphery, is useless. We need to just tear it up. It's not a one-way street, it's a multi-lane superhighway with traffic going in every direction. So instead, he gave us a new map made of 5 overlapping scapes that show how things really move. You've got ethnoscapes, which is the flow of people, technoscapes for technology, financescapes for money, and mediascapes and ideoscapes for images and ideas. The key is that they're all flowing in complex ways, constantly crashing into each other and creating this dynamic, unpredictable world.
Okay, let's bring this all home. We've seen the globalization is so much more than speed. It's about our world getting unplugged from its old anchors. It's about a constant dance between the global and the local. And it's about culture flowing in every direction imaginable. So, what does this all mean for the future?
You know, decades ago, the media guru Marshall McLuhan saw this coming. He called it the global village, this vision of a world so connected by technology that we would all essentially be neighbors. And in so many ways, he was spot on. We are more connected than ever. We're all part of one big global conversation.
But this brings us to the ultimate question. In this new global village, are we all slowly becoming the same? Are our unique cultures going to get washed away in a giant wave of sameness? Or will we use all this connection to find new, creative ways to be different? To celebrate our own unique identities in a world that's more interconnected than ever? The future isn't written yet, so what kind of world do we want to live in?